Hello everybody, this is Amy from AJC Magic TV, and I thought I'd go quickly live for real quick to share some of the pins and merchandise that I actually got while I was at Disney World a couple weeks ago. So it's just kind of real quick before more Sunshine Jim comes on and a few other people. I actually got to go twice. Once was for an annual pass preview day, and another time I got to go during a time when, hello Mike Wheeler, thank you for joining. I was just going to quickly do a merchandise haul for my Disney trip when I met you and while I was down there for the Beverly Challenge and just trying to enjoy Disney before I had left early before the hurricane decided to come upon. The so-called hurricane, I guess you would say. Not to be like, hey. So I was going to show some of the items. If you are joining, please make sure you hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And also, please leave a comment if you are watching the replay. Thank you for joining, Mike. I'm going to grab something real quick, and I'll be right back, so be real quick. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. But I'll start with some items that I had gotten, and we'll just go from there, and then I will eventually pick up the camera so you can see the table of merchandise. Maybe that's what I'll do right now, is quickly show the haul, because most of them are pins. I did pick up a couple t-shirts, and the two trips that I had, they both were kind of quick. Hello, Lorena Zapata, thank you for joining. I'm just going to quickly show the merchandise haul that I did for the Food and Wine and Beverly Challenge trip that I took. And I did pick up some things when I went to the annual pass preview of Galaxy's Edge. And then I did return a week later and picked up some Food and Wine merchandise and everything. So it'll be just kind of quick. And I'll just share some of the merchandise. But of course, one of the first items I had picked up, I had seen these before, and then I know that they were quickly going to be, I'm sure they have different ones, but people had said, oh, they're going pretty fast. But it's one of the Illuminations for farewell t-shirts. So I picked up one of those for myself. I also, I was down on another trip, and I had picked up, when I was back in June, an ornament and an actual magic band from my June trip. And then I had, this one's an annual pass holder pin that I had gotten from someone because they pretty much sold out pretty quickly. And that was an annual pass holder one, but then they did eventually get some of these back. They're the limited release pins. Hopefully they come out pretty clear, or they're focusing for you. But it's the just the regular limited release farewell to Epcot pin. That's the one thing, once you start the, thank you. Yeah, a lot of people probably got them, and I did see that one also because that was the one of the pass holders ones, I believe. It's kind of like a baseball shirt, or I forget what type of shirt they call them now, but with the half sleeves or whatever. I had seen that particular one also. And I liked that one, but I didn't pick up that one. And then I'll probably pick up the camera just so you can kind of see quickly some of the merchandise I did pick up, and then I'll show them up close and personal here. But this is most of the merchandise that I had picked up. As you can see, some of the t-shirts, pins. Then I had picked up a few other items. I also got buttons from Mike Wheeler and Zippity Doodad and the This and That crew. And then I'll just kind of closely show it. And maybe I'll do a quick video of it later. So I'm sorry if that looked shaky or whatever. Probably would have been easier had I had a different camera. Some of the other items I picked up, most of it is pins. It's kind of a dangerous hobby to get into, but I usually pick up, I did do a Disney Halloween haul where I had my Halloween pins that I had gotten during Mickey's Scary Halloween Party, not so scary Halloween party, and I do have a video of that on my channel. And the other items, I picked up a 2019 Stitch pin, and then the one with Chip and Dale, and they have the Epcot Spaceship Earth and everything on that for 2019. I kind of like those ones a little bit better. I've seen some other ones, and they just didn't seem as as well. But the one is the Epcot one with Chip and Dale on there, and it says 2019, and then the Magic Kingdom one with the castle and everything has Stitch on there. And then a lot of times I like to pick up like the different resorts that I stay at, or pick up pins or stuff from the different resorts that I've been to or stayed at. And I picked up one from the yacht club. I should have went over and looked at the beach club, but I didn't dawn on me. Oh no, I did pick up one for the beach club. I'm sorry, the boardwalk. I probably should have went and got. This one has Sailor Mickey or Captain Mickey on there for the yacht club. And then I picked up one for the beach club, and this one has Ariel and Flounder and under the sea type of pin. But that one was for the beach club. I actually have stayed at the beach club many years ago, probably like a year or two after it had opened. Probably my main reason was the swimming pool, plus it's nice to walk into the back entrance of Epcot. And then this last trip that I was on, even though it was only a few days, I picked up the Pop Century one because that's where I stayed at this past trip. The trip before that, I had stayed at All-Star Sports, but I didn't think about looking for an All-Star one at the time, so eventually I'll probably pick them up. But a lot of times when I stay at different resorts, it's nice to collect the resort pins. And then I've also sometimes like to pick up the different ride pins that I like or have enjoyed. One of my hello only passengers, thank you for joining. I was just kind of showing my Disney merchandise haul, pin haul. I'm just kind of doing it quickly before Jim More Sunshine Please goes on, because I know some people, you know, and I know there's some other people, but they kind of give people different stuff, and you could always watch the replay also. But this one I picked up is the Kilimanjaro Safari pin. They may have some other ones out there. I just haven't had a chance to really look around, but I kind of like this one. I actually have, when Animal Kingdom first opened, I actually went to the park that year, and they sold the safari hats that had pins, which has a couple of them from the Kilimanjaro Safari animal pins, and then one that says Kilimanjaro Safari. The other one is I picked up this Everest one. And so I picked up this one, and then I also bought another Everest one for a friend of mine. Hello, this is our dream. Thank you for joining. I was just kind of sharing some of the pin hauls and stuff that I'd gotten on the last trip that I was on at Disney, since I wanted to get that done, since I did the Halloween part of it and some of the other merchandise. And then I picked up the Mine Train one. I had picked up these pins on another trip that I was on, and I actually gave my sister and my niece one because my niece was a cast member at the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. And when I gave her one before I left, because she said, oh, I never could find it. And I happened to find 2 of them left in the store. And then when I got home, her mom wanted the other one. So I said, oh, okay, that's fine, because I'll try and pick one up another time, or try to find it on something at another time. And the one trip we went on in June, I went to look and they didn't have any in stock, and I was like, oh well, I'll have to check around to see if anybody has a mine train pin. But this was the first ride that she actually worked on as a cast member. Hello, little darling, thank you for joining. I'm just kind of showing the pins. After we're done, I'll kind of do a video and put down a quick video of all the pins that I have out on the table and the different merchandise that I bought. So I do welcome everyone. Please make sure you hit the like button, and make sure you share. If share out the stream, it'll be kind of quick, because I like to try to end before Jim More Sunshine goes on. But that way I'm not stepping on any toes. It was just kind of a last minute thing that I wanted to get done and show before time goes on. Not that you can't show them later on. Hello, Friendly Gamer. Thank you for joining. So those were the couple of the ride pins that I have. I usually look and find different ride pins that I like. I was kind of hoping to try to find the Twilight, the Tower of Terror one, and I forgot to look for it on one of my trips before I went down. And then I had seen Prince Dev doing, hey, I picked up one of the last pins that for the, I believe it was maybe the 25th anniversary of the Tower of Terror, or one of those anniversaries. Hello, Penguin Master. Thank you for joining. Hope you guys had a good day. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up on the like button. And if you're watching the replay, please make sure you leave a comment and hit the thumbs up. And if you're new, please consider subscribing. That would be much appreciated. We are over 500 subscribers, and I'll be doing a video for our 500 subscriber giveaway. So look out for that video if you haven't subscribed, because you can enter our 500 subscriber giveaway. Hello, Sushi Me. Thank you for joining. The next pin that I have up, it's one of the pop-up books, and I usually don't pick up the bigger ones, but this one I'm actually going to give to my niece, Caitlin. She, when she was a kid, the Hunchback of Notre Dame movie was her favorite movie. No sooner she'd walk into our house and tell my parents, please put Hunchback on Hunchback, and we never really knew why she enjoyed it or whatever. It might have been just when that movie came out and when she was a younger kid, even though there were other movies like the Finding Nemo and a few other ones. But she really loved the Hunchback, loved the music. I remember on one of her first trips, we were in the back lot of at that time it was MGM Studios, but Hollywood Studios, they had a theater in the back there, and they had a live action Hunchback musical thing, kind of like the Beauty and the Beast one. And she heard the music when we were outside the one store where the Muppets was, jumped out of her stroller and like, Hunchback, Hunchback, and started running into the theater. So that was something. So I picked her up this limited edition pin. I'll be sending it to her, or I'll hold on to it if she ends up coming back home for before Christmas or sometime in between, or if I go back down, it'll be something I'll make sure I take with me, because I bought this on the last day of my trip. And she had seen it when I was down there for the annual Paso preview, and we were looking at the pins, and she had kind of looked at, oh, look, the Hunchback or whatever, and I didn't really think about it. But it's a really nice pin. It's limited edition. They do have other pop-up books, but I'm not big on the big pin thing, or different series like this and big pins as much. So so I'll be giving that to my niece. Then next up was the Food and Wine Festival. I did pick up a few pins from there. Two of them. This one is one of the pass holder food and wine pins. There was limited release with Chef Mickey and Chef Minnie, and that was one of them. And then I like the Jungle Book, and this is one of their limited edition. They had, I think, 3 of them out there, 3 or 4. I picked out the Jungle Book one, and then I also ended up picking up the Winnie the Pooh one. And I believe there is it's either Cinderella. I think it is Cinderella with one of the mice, and that's the only one I didn't pick up. And but those ones were limited edition type of pins. That's the only thing with all these limited edition pins and stuff. A lot of times now when I'm buying the pins, they're not really traders. They're more for a collection, so I kind of am a little more selective. Plus, it's kind of dangerous getting into the pin thing. I know over the years, anytime I did parties, like the Christmas parties or the Halloween parties and stuff, I'd pick up the pins from there. And this is the Winnie the Pooh one. The only thing I'm kind of worried about is this Winnie the Pooh is kind of a little loose on there. Yeah, that's the thing. I do have a lanyard. One of these days, hopefully I can find it. It's put away somewhere. Because I used to carry a lanyard where I would have some that I like to keep, but then I would have some traders on there. Hello, Lucky Minute. Thank you for joining. I was just going over my Disney pin haul from the last trip that I was on during the Beverly Challenge and the Food and Wine Festival. Unfortunately for me, I didn't get to enjoy the Food and Wine Festival as much as I was hoping to, but I did pick up the pins. That was one of the things that I wanted to grab before I left. I also ended up getting the Figment pin. That was one of the pass holder ones. At first, when I saw it, it wasn't. I thought, it's a little too big or whatever. But then, Figment's one of my favorite characters. It always has been. Since the beginning, because I actually visited Epcot the summer after it opened. So, and of course, I know everybody laments about the original ride and everything, but this one is the Figment pin from Food and Wine, and that was also a limited edition, and I believe it was part of the pass holder one, or I'm not sure if a lot of other people could buy that one or not, but that was being sold out at the World Showcase. They have those 2 stores when you first walk out at the World Showcase there. But that was the Food and Wine pins that I had picked up. Then at the Beverly Challenge, and then when I met Mike Wheeler, I got the Zippity Doodad button. Mike Wheeler, I'll take this out of there. Mike Wheeler had given me this button. Not sure if it's coming out very well or not. But that was the one Mike Wheeler had given away. And then there was the This and That pin. And then Zippity Doodad actually gave me one of his. And for some reason, I forgot to get the one off of Dave, from Brandy and Dave. So I never got that one. I'll have to maybe see if they still have any more. Or if not, I'll get them another time. If they still will be handing stuff out like that before. So those were the buttons that I actually got from them when we were there meeting Mike Wheeler at the Coca-Cola store in Disney Springs. Some of the other things, I actually brought home the key to the or the Sorcerers of the Kingdom map and the cards. I had picked them up. This is twice. I actually have another set. I started the game and never really got it finished because I ended up, this was actually on my last day and I was running out of time to get back to my resort to get the Magical Express, which everybody says is the Tragical Express. But this is kind of the map that they give you when you go to the fire station. And then it kind of tells you, and they'll ask you what area would you like to start in. And that this particular one would have been Main Street, USA, in the front of the park, since I was there and going to be leaving shortly after that. But I actually have two sets. I'll have to see what I did with my other set that I have. I think it's in another bag for my trip. But and I'll end up taking them back. And then I did pick up the Halloween card. If you were ever at the Christmas parties or the Halloween parties, and I think sometimes on maybe special holidays, if you're there, maybe like on Valentine's Day or St. Patrick's Day or something, I'm not totally sure, but sometimes they'll have special cards. But I know for the Halloween party and the Christmas party, make sure you stop in at the fire station before they close for the evening. And they'll mark your wristband that they give you and give you the limited edition Christmas or Halloween card. So if you go to one of those parties, and if you're actually there on maybe one of the holidays, check and see if they may have them or not. Yeah, I think last year was the Orange Bird one. I think a lot of people have gotten. I always forget about doing the game. I signed up for it twice and only got through part of the way. Never really got to finish, so hopefully one of my next trips, or if I'm going to be on a longer trip, I'll be able to spend some time doing that, because I enjoy doing some other things and just standing in line for the rides and stuff. And my next big purchases were, of course, why I was there also was the Galaxy's Edge, and a lot of pins from there that I had picked up. And some of them you could only get that day, or they were opening day stuff, but I picked up the limited edition Rise of the Resistance pin. And then I have a few other ones that I had gotten. Some of them I had picked up during the pass holder preview. Some of them I actually picked up on opening day. So, and a mixture. I also have other pins. I meant to grab them from Galaxy's Edge that my brother-in-law had picked up when he went down for the cast member preview. But they're more anytime that you purchase pins. You can get them on the rack anytime. So they weren't, I think one of them was a limited edition, but everything else. But these were kind of limited editions. This one was from my brother-in-law when he went down for the cast member preview. And then this one is I think this one is one of the pass holder ones that they had for limited release. I kind of stick now to a lot of the limited editions, or if they are my favorite or different characters. And like the resorts ones that I just showed, I can re-show them too. But this is one of the ones that they had on opening day. Always check. Hello, RVing to Disney. Thank you for joining. Please make sure you guys hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. That would be nice. And that's pretty much. This one is an R2-D2 limited edition Droid Depot. I noticed that they had a few other pins like that, and some of them are open edition, and I just like this one because of the way the R2, and I believe that they had this with the opening merchandise that they had at that Once Upon a Time. That's down by the Tower of Terror. They actually have they actually set up an area that had a lot of the pins. And then these two are, I think I showed this one, but these are other ones also. And that's pretty much the pins that I I picked up, and like I said, I'll have to show them on another thing, or when I do a quick video of a recap of showing the pins that I gotten. I'll make sure I show the ones that were more open edition, but they were only ones that you could buy in Batu, and they were more Batu, the Galaxy's Edge land itself, geared than just the overall Galaxy's Edge stuff that they had. Then they actually opened up a new store where the Keystone Clothiers is, and that's also a Galaxy's Edge Star Wars store where they sold different things. But one of the things that I had picked up was this, the Black Spire Outpost, but wore the Millennium Falcon. And this is actually a model of how the Millennium Falcon's set up in the Galaxy's Edge area. One of the reasons why I picked this up, because my niece actually is one of the opening cast member crews for this particular attraction. And I figured, well, it'd be a nice thing to have. And I collected a lot of the different stuff. One of these days, I'll probably do my own show and tell, kind of like what the some of the other people have done with the collections. But I also have a couple of the other ride things that they had made and I had picked up. But this is one of them that'll go in the case with everything. This one, this is actually, I actually have a blue version of it, and then I bought my nephew one of the blue versions. I didn't realize, but this was one of the opening day Galaxy's Edge t-shirts that they had available that you could buy. Yes, she is, yes. And it's right up her alley because even though she's still a little bit younger and everything, her dad grew up on Star Wars and, of course, shared with all of them and seen every movie. So she's pretty much one of those Star Wars sci-fi type of geeks type of things that really loves all that. And she's in her element there. So it was pretty exciting for her to be able to transfer over to there. And then these are a couple things. They were still having you sign the birthday card for Mickey's birthday, the 90th birthday celebration. And these were cards, once you signed the book, you could pick these up. And I picked up a couple. It just tells you things. I believe the celebration may be over or getting close to being over. But this was like the cards that you could pick up. I just ended up picking up two because a lot of times I bend one and then I don't have a nice one. But I was thinking of giving away one anyway, so I picked those up. But you could sign in the Magic Kingdom area at Town Hall. They had the 90th birthday card. And then this is a 30th anniversary Little Mermaid pin set that they had. I actually went, after I had gotten home, went up to the Disney store because I wanted to see what Halloween stuff they may had. And they actually, plus they were having the different sales. Our store is kind of one of the original Disney stores, but it's a little bit smaller than the ones I've seen. And when I did look at a lot of the merchandise, I did pick up a Kevin doll, Kevin the Bird doll from Up. And there was a few other things, but a lot of it was already picked over and taken. But this was a pin set that they had for the 30th anniversary of The Little Mermaid. And I believe they just were putting them out. And I usually check because sometimes they've also had those Wisdom ones that they're still releasing the pins. And this last one was Bambi, but that I didn't see any more of them. But that I had picked up, so, but I believe the next one I was thinking about getting. Yeah, I ended up picking up two of them because my sister really likes The Little Mermaid. That's one of their favorites things, Ariel and The Little Mermaid. So I picked up two sets, and I'll give one to my sister. They collect different pins too, and a lot of times when you can buy the pins, I usually will buy them a set unless I know they're going or something. But that's pretty much it. And then this is a trader pins. This is like, I had gotten this because I needed another lanyard, but this one, they have other sets that you could do, but it's like a starter set. And this one, actually, you get 2 of the same pins, and you can keep one and then trade, this. I didn't really get a chance to go ahead and trade out the other one, so that'll be saved for a future trip. Or, I never know, I might have somebody I know might like the 1 or 2, the different characters, but this one has Mickey and Donald, and then that's Goofy, Mickey on the other one, and they gave 2 of them. That's when they first started pin trading, that's how they had put them out. Now I see a lot of, yeah, it's nice to have the lanyard, and then I know they have other starter sets too, but now on the starter sets, a lot of them, I look through them and I'm thinking, well, some of them I like to keep. It's kind of nice that they gave 2 of each, and then you can kind of, at least then you can trade either all 4 of them if you don't like any of the pins, or at least have 2 to get started. My advice, like if you're into wanting to trade, I know some people buy the lots on eBay and stuff. I'd be careful with some of them unless you know somebody that sells good ones or whatever. But a lot of times, if I get a chance to go to the Character Warehouse, I've seen some people say there was like another gift shop or something that had legitimate pins sets that come with like 4, 5, or 6 pins in a set. At one of the gift shops, I've seen a couple people showing that, and I would use those as a trader on them because they would just be kind of like a set here or there. But a lot of times the pins, though a lot of the pins that I trade, that's always fun, and I just trade them. I'm not looking for anything specific. But you can, a lot of times they have different trader pins at the Character Warehouse that you can use as trader. Sometimes they have sets of them, kind of like this, but in a set of different ones. Because I know for a long time they had like those I can't think of what they're, the Tsum Tsum type of trader pins, or sometimes like the popsicles or stuff like that. They had like sets like that. And then sometimes that's one of the things that I do is I'll kind of ask at some of the stores, and I've watched other some of the vloggers where they may go and pin trade or boards. If you're at if you go, I know at Fort Wilderness, they have a big wall inside, I believe, their trading post store, and you can, at certain times of the day, they'll have a cast member there manning that, and you can go over and look at their giant board. It's kind of opens up, but a lot of times at a lot of the stores throughout the cast members will either have something, or some of them they have certain boards or posts that you can go and look at. But there's a lot of different, I've seen that with the Polynesian too, because the one group that I watch a lot of times, I've watched them for a while. Her friend or her boyfriend or husband, he likes to trade pins, and sometimes they'll just do a stream of going around and looking for pins or whatever he wants to do. It just depends on the time of day, and a lot of times, like if they're at the Magic Kingdom or something, he'll do that. But yeah, I've seen at Fort Wilderness, I've seen the Polynesian, so they all do. I've been in the Haunted Mansion store, the Memento Mori, and some of those will have like the little pin things. I've seen them where they have like little boards, and they'll be standing outside for that. And then one of the things that I had started doing, I couldn't find the map, but I was going to do the Remy during Food and Wine. They have a scavenger hunt and you pay, I think it's like $6 or $7. I can't remember the things, but with the scavenger hunt. And since I didn't really get to actually start it or finish it, but one of the things, you don't really have to finish it, but whenever you buy the thing and you go around and do all the stickers and everything like that, they have different prizes. I know while we were there, the Animal Kingdom actually had one, and I saw that I looked at the board and I was curious about it, but I ended up not doing it just because I didn't really have much time. But they actually had magnets, I believe, from the Animal Kingdom that they had. It was like a limited edition. But this is one of the mugs that I chose for the Remy thing. This was a Figment one. And it's kind of like one of those coffee mug type of things. And then I was talking to the cast member because they also have Mickey and Minnie dressed like the chefs. And I thought, well, there's a lot of Mickey and Minnie type of stuff. And I said, can I see the Remy one and can I see the Figment one? I only bought one map, but you could buy all 4 maps if you want to buy all the mugs and end up with all the mugs. But I said, can I see the Remy and the Figment, and this is the Remy one. And I thought, well, I'm going to get either one of them because they don't usually have a lot of merchandise. I know they have a store at the Imagination Pavilion where you can get some Figment stuff and everything like that, but you don't really see Remy stuff. And a lot of their, when they do food and wine and stuff, they will bring things out with Remy and everything. And so when I was talking to the cast member, I said, well, I'll take the Remy one. Well, then she ended up giving me the Figment one also. Yeah, they have lids, which, yeah, I was surprised too because I wasn't sure. They're kind of nice tumblers. I didn't really look at them that well as far as like if there was any instructions, probably inside here. Whether how, I would guess that they would hold hot and cold, so if you were carrying them for whatever, but they kind of look like the resort mugs type of thing without the, the handle or whatever. But I picked up the Remy, and then she ended up giving me the Figment one, but I kind of, it was nice of her to do that. But I know other people would just go ahead and pay for all 4 of them because they wanted them. That I have a lot of Mickey and Minnie stuff, but these are different characters, so I always go for the different characters. So I got those, and you didn't really have to finish it up if you don't really want to do it and you just want to do that. That's all you had to do. I was planning on trying to go around and find all of them and then finish up, but since I ended up cutting my trip shorter because of the weather and everything like that. Yes, it was nice Disney Magic there. But that was pretty much my haul. I did get a droid whenever I went down for the annual pass holder previews. And I did the R2. I do have a video on my channel that shows the R2 moving around. But he's inside the box here. But if you want to see him working and walking around and everything, that was the R2. I actually did this one during the annual pass holder preview. I thought, well, maybe I'll wait until later, but I'm kind of glad I went ahead and did it then. Not that because it was busy. I really only got over there like twice, and each time that area was kind of crowded. So, and I did have reservations in case I didn't end up going to the annual pass holder preview because I was determined I was going to at least do the droid. I'm still kind of on the fence about the lightsaber, but it's not something that I really need to have. It would just be another dust collector and stuff. And yeah, you can hang them up on the wall or whatever, but who knows, maybe eventually, or I know other people, it'd be fun to go in. It looks like a great experience from people's vlogs and stuff like that. So that's some of probably what you're paying for. And, they do look nice. And if you're really into that, that's going to be something to to make sure you save your money up for and decide to do that. And I know if you build the ones in Savi's workshop, then they do sell other crystals that you can put inside there. But if you're, if that's something you really want to do, I know, I'm kind of tempted, but the other part of me is like, it would just be something that I would not end up using and everything. Yeah, that's true, Susie Me. And I've also seen other ones at Comic Cons that are just as well. And I know inside that Doc Onder's store of antiquities, they actually sell some of the ones that I've seen online that you can buy, or from these Comic-Con type of things. But they're just the one color and everything. Where I believe the one at Savi's, you can go and buy the Kyber crystals if you want to change the colors or whatever out of there. Because they also, inside that Doc Onder's, they have the holocrons that you can buy too. Yeah. That's true there, Lucky Minute. I have a lot of stuff, junk myself, and actually have a few old toys from Star Wars many, many years ago, since I actually got to see the first one when the New Hope actually first came out at the drive-in when I was a kid. So actually seen them all firsthand. So I grew up on that, and my brothers had all the different figures and toys. In fact, I think we may have, he may still have the Darth Vader head that you actually store all your some of your figures, the action figures that they had. But I know we have a rubber Yoda puppet, and then I also have a Yoda that that I have. That I can't remember the name of those toys, but they kind of go to sleep or whatever, and they made a Yoda one like that. I've never taken it out of the box or anything. I'll have to show that at some point. So, but that's pretty much it, my haul. I'll do a quick video, and then people can see all the pins and stuff again. But that was pretty much everything I had gotten. Besides I picked up some candy snacks, which I had to use a lot of times, the Goofy candy, and just had that. But that was pretty much it of my haul. My mission when I got down there for Galaxy's Edge was to try to get some of the opening day pins, or check out the magic bands and everything. But the magic bands weren't something that I was looking for. I've seen some other ones, and I'm already collecting a bunch already. So I had picked up at the Halloween party the Hocus Pocus one. I actually had the 30th anniversary pass holder and the regular 30th anniversary of Hollywood Studios. I used to be a cast member right around when it first opened, so that's one of the reasons why I wanted those. I haven't really activated them yet, so I haven't really decided yet. And I also have a 35th anniversary Epcot one. So most of the time I try to look for the anniversary ones or limited edition type of ones now. When I check into my resort, I don't even take the magic band that they give you, or unless there's something. I tried to get one of their special ones for the $10, but every time I went to go get it, it never went through. So they were either sold out, because they had some of the BB-8 ones left at one time when I was trying to order it, and it didn't come through. So I just didn't get it with my resort. So I noticed that you can do that with the option. Some people said that they weren't able to do that, and they always end up with them. But I end up not taking them anymore and just use my limited edition ones. But that's pretty much it. I know more Jim of More Sunshine Please will be coming on at 7:30. Then Mouse Talk is on at 8. And, of course, at Disney Life for Me is later on this evening at 9. So if you're looking for other Disney stuff. And then I did see some other people streaming for the Halloween party. So So that was pretty much it. Please, I do thank everyone for joining. If you're watching the replay or even now, please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Also, look out for a 500 subscriber giveaway video that I'll be doing here shortly, since we have gotten over 500 and we're on the road to 1,000 hopefully as we go along. And that's pretty much it. And my saying is always, let the adventures begin. And have a good evening. I do thank everyone for joining. And I will probably do a quick... yes, Mickey. I do that too, Sushi Me, because I'll see people showing the merchandise when they're walking through the stores there on their stuff. So I do that too. Or, hey, I got to look for that. Or, and then once I get home, I see it and I'm like, oh, I forgot to look for that, or something like that. So that's pretty much it. So I do thank everyone for joining. Please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe if you're new, and let the adventures begin. And thank you. Have a great evening, everyone. Bye.